Okay. Let's go. Let's go. How is everybody doing on this fine Saturday morning? It's already 60 degrees en route to just about 70 degrees today and tomorrow. So, yay. Finally starting to warm up. We can finally start going outside. I get to mow grass. I get to use the chainsaw. I should be feeling pretty good by this afternoon if there's anything left of me. So interesting how Kyle took his vacation right when spring was coming and it would be time to clean the yard. Funny how that works. So before we get to the chat, what did we get last night? Not a lot. Capitals beat the Devils. Hurricanes beat the Leafs in overtime. Avalanche beat the Blackhawks. We know the Panthers and the Ducks beat the Mammoth. Today, there's a slate of games and some important ones, including Bruins Red Wings at 8 o'clock at night. That's going to be pretty good. That game, those two suckers are tied exactly with the same record, 38-23-8, and just an absolute massive game in terms of who will or who will not or may not make the playoffs. So I kind of think Boston. I kind of think Boston's going to get that one. Hey, Simon, how you doing, buddy? I would suspect Greer would get suspended. I don't know. Has he been suspended before? Let me see this. AJ Greer suspension history. Has he been suspended before? He's been suspended one game for cross-checking Mike Hoffman in the face when he was playing with the Bruins. So, I don't know. He might get a game. He might get a game. Yeah, probably. We give him the night off anyway, right? Hey, David. We now have the eighth best lottery odds. All right, keep losing. Keep losing. Hey, Bex. I'm not sure if we're going to be streaming tonight, Simon. I'm not sure. I'm obviously I'm going to be doing something over the next couple of days, but I don't want to guarantee what I'm going to do tonight because I am going to be doing a lot of yard work this afternoon, and so I don't know if I don't know how I'm going to feel by the end of the day. We'll see. Is it the first day? Oh yeah, March 21st, first day of spring, right? Hey, David. Kyle will be back Wednesday. Yeah, Neil, I was thinking about that this morning and how it started with Mikula being involved with the Barkov injury, and now we're ending. I don't necessarily think it's going to be the same thing. Barkov was ACL and MCL, right? I believe. I think worst case scenario, you're probably looking at something like what Matthews had, but it also could have been just a broken leg. Where he got hit, I'm not necessarily 100% convinced that it was a blown up knee. Or no, he was grabbing his knee. He looked like maybe lower. So we'll see. Hopefully, I think Matthews was 12 weeks. I think that's what they said it would have been. Let's see. Yeah, recovery time of 12 weeks. So if he has the same issue, I forget which one it was. Matthews did one of either the MCL or the ACL. I think it was his MCL. Yeah. So for Matthews, it was just his MCL. With Barkov, obviously, it was both. So I think the hope would be that if it is surgery, that it's just the MCL. Because 12 weeks would be April, May, June, July. So he be good to go, should be good to go under those circumstances for the beginning of the season. Bex, we've also had a total of 3 games this season with our top 5 defensemen in the same game. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, because Kulikov right off the bat. And then when we got Jones back, how many games has Jones been back? 3? Jones has only been back since Kyle left. And now Mikula. Yeah, Bubble Rat Chucky for the rest of this abomination season. I want them all off the ice. All of them. I want so many scrubs playing that the top line is Cunnin with Boquist and Hinostroza. That needs to be the top line. And everybody else just needs to sit. Can we make a team that way? Cunnin with Boquist and Hinostroza. We start running into problems already. You can't just bring up the whole AHL, Now I know. Can we still sign guys off the streets right now? Can you still, like, if there was somebody that hadn't played for a team this year, could you still go grab somebody off the streets or from international right now? Can you do that at any point in time or not? Just have some tryouts. Just have some fan tryouts. That's what they need to do. Yeah. So it says our second line has Boquist and E2 on it. What else can we do? Get E2 the hell off the ice. This team cannot survive with the E2 injury, although he already paid his toll this year with the barbecue blow up, right? From what you understand, we can grab anyone. They just can't play in the playoffs. Well, that won't be a problem, will it? That's not going to be a problem. So, yeah, let's look at the Charlotte. Well, let's look at the lineup. Right? Let's see. We got to get everybody off the ice. So let's try and make 12 guys. Boquist, Foote, Hinostroza, Cunnin, Nosek, Reinhardt. That's 6. I mean, even Cole Schwint is hurt. You can't bring him in. So you would need to bring in like 6 other dudes, right? You would need to bring in 6 other guys from the AHL, not including getting Ekblad and Forsling and Jones the hell off the ice. We could put Sabrango at forward or Benning at forward. What about Tarasov? Can he play defense? It's bad. So we go to we need 6 guys from the checkers so that everybody can sit. Let me see. Let's see what the team. Let's see. Team. Here we go. The AHL site is so hard. Okay, so we'll just take. Let's see. Divine. Who's this kid? Mastro Simone. He's got 11 goals. That looks good. Let's see. Steves has 19 goals. Skog has 18 goals. And bring up Vilmanis needs to be made safe. Studnicka. Hey, how come we haven't brought Studnicka back up to fill in some roster space? And Noah Gregor. We got Studnicka and Noah Gregor just sitting down there. Bring their asses up and get Bennett and Tkachuk off the ice. See, now I'm not even kidding. We got Gregor and Studnicka sitting down there. Get those guys up and get the rest of our players the hell off the ice. Bex, there's been no update on Mikula yet. Maurice said he expects him to miss some time, but he's going to get evaluated. I assume that'll be today. And Marchand has been put on LTIR. So Maurice did say he didn't have any surgery, but in terms of him coming back this season, I don't think so. Craig, they want the Calder Cup. Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. So it says Tkachuk and Erod aren't getting off the ice. I know. Just such a waste. Such a waste of a way for Mikkola to get hurt like that. Just really sucked. But yeah, and then defensively, let's see. Defensively, we'll go with let's see. Bornfoot, we'll have to let Kulikov play. So Kulikov, Bornfoot is the top pair. Sabrango, Benning is the middle pair. And then we'll call up Ulsher and Horvoka will be the bottom pair. Yeah, that's what we do. Okay? They'll be back in time. Don't worry about it. You got Brett Chorsky down there. You got Sachin, Trevor Carrick. Entwistle is still on the team. Kai Schwint is still on. Man, Ludwig just play these guys. Luke Cunnin is on the team. Is that Cunnin's brother? That's interesting. Or at least hey, what about Domingue? Let's bring up Domingue. Like, get everybody off the freaking ice now. Get everybody off the ice now. Shine says, great. Now we have to deal with the Greer hate all because Cito has gotten soft and didn't deal him at the deadline. It wasn't a great hit. Okay. It was a stupid hit. But at the same point, like, it just was in such a dangerous position. But at the same time, he hits basically on his knees and just slides forward. Like, both things can be true, right? It can be a stupid hit without it being intentionally dirty. Hey, Burned Oil. So Rodriguez, Greer, Tkachuk, Nosek, Timu, Boquist, Cunnin, St. Martin, Hinestroza, Gregor, Studnicka, Foot. Deep pairings can be the same except remove Jones and add Bornfoot. All right. Yeah, I can roll with that. Yeah. That gets basically everybody off the ice for the most part. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. Hey, Weather and Low. What if the Panthers win all 14 games? No, I don't even think we are almost mathematically. If we won 14 games, that's 28 points, right? So that would be 99 points. Which would mean for teams like the Canadiens, Bruins, Wings, they would only have to win 7 or 8. They'd have to win 8 of their last 13 games. So, I mean, I suppose, yeah, I guess if we won all, is it 14? That's actually only 13 left now. Now it's only 13. So the most we could get is 97 points. So it's just about impossible when you start looking at, the other, you would have to have 2 teams out of the Canadiens, Bruins, Wings, Jackets, and Islanders and Penguins. 2 of those teams would have to absolutely only win 5 more games the rest of the year. and the Panthers would have to win all 14. Like, it's not mathematically impossible, but the odds are just pretty much, you know. Let me see here. Shine says, I don't think it's as bad as people are saying. He said he should be suspended for life. Oh, Jesus Christ. Come on. It was a stupid hit. It deserves a suspension. But it's still just a split second thing. And sometimes in the heat of the moment, you make a stupid decision. He'll pay for it. Yeah. Craig, exactly. He says, looked like Greer was frustrated and pushed a little punk. It's not like it was intentional. It's exactly what it looked like. It looked like he was tired of playing. Like, man, I'm ready for vacation. Get out of here. Oh, shit. He hit his head on the boards. Like, that was pretty much Greer's immediate reaction was shit. Oh, that was stupid. That was stupid. Like, banned for life. Simon, do I want to do some house cleaning for the main roster? Yes, exactly. I want them all on season-ending LTIR. Like, I want Zito to just go to half of them and be like, SELTIR, you don't have a choice. That's it. Vincent, how you doing, bud? This season is such a bizarre thing. They didn't care to put in the effort in October. Zito didn't bring help when it mattered. They started playing when it was too late, and management pulled the plug. There's some dysfunction and miscommunication here. Am I wrong? No. I think if I'm playing devil's advocate and making excuses, I believe your assertion is correct. I believe they didn't put the effort in October because I feel like they were overconfident in their ability to see, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We've been here before. We'll be fine. I think they obviously, like a lot of people, did not take into account that all of a sudden Buffalo was going to be good. Detroit was going to be good. Boston was going to be good again. Like, Boston was the worst team in the conference last year. So I think there was some overconfidence there. They started to get things righted. And then that godforsaken Winter Classic. Like, that's the thing to me that just reeks of, like, are the inmates running the asylum now? Because, yeah, we got 2 cups, but you're a point out of the playoffs with your 2 best players on injured reserve, and they're out there lifting the cup in the middle of the season, and then you don't even show up for the game. That's a bad look. And then, yeah, when they had won the 3 straight, I kind of thought, hey, maybe. But when they came out that way out of the All-Star break, the Olympic break, I know that was before the 3 straight. Like, that's what really, you know what I mean? We still could have had an opportunity, even if we would have just won a few more games. But I think overconfidence played into it a lot because I think they got a little bit cocky, which is understandable. That's the way that they play, right? But when I saw that at the Winter Classic with them just dancing around with the cup in their Miami Vice outfits, I'm like, this don't seem right. Don't seem right. Shine says it's a perfect opportunity for Peros. He can give a lengthy suspension to calm the crowd, and it doesn't hurt the Cats. That's a good point. Beck, what's the fun of winning if you're always winning? Can't win every year, right? Yeah, Vincent, I completely agree. Weatherno says, you say it was over when we were down 3-1. You say it was over. You've been wrong before in 23. Thought it was over. Well, yeah. Right, but this team is, I mean, the team is half injured. You know? And we had no evidence up to that point when they were down 3-1 to Boston. This isn't like my personal opinion. In terms, that's just the simple math in terms of we have to win all 14 games, and 2 of those 5 or 6 teams would have to absolutely tank. Like there's no Barkov, there's no Mikla, there's no Marchand, there's no Reinhardt. Bennett is playing hurt. The Belinskas isn't even in. Yeah, Bex. Exactly, Craig. We're frustrated. We were 1 point out, and then the wheels came off. Dave says, to put this year into terms the young guns can comprehend, the Avengers lost Captain America, the Hulk, and Iron Man, and then they had to fight Thanos. 25-26 season synopsis. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly, Guitar Crow. We paying for both taxes, right? All right. Mike says Jones got injured, missed quarter of the season, nothing to do with game. Sorry, I got to disagree. One game with some Ferraris doesn't change a whole season. I think it just displayed their attitude. I think that they felt like they had no problem. I'll stick to that opinion. I'm not saying that's just the symptom. The symptom of what they did with the Ferraris and all that, to me, was a symptom of them being overconfident and not really focused on the task at hand. And I mean, it showed in that game. Like, we didn't lose that game 5-1 because Jones got hurt. They just didn't show up. So, all right, Colin, appreciate it. So, for those of you who have been winning the trivia, so what's JC and I are going to get it all together. He's going to send it all to me, and then I will distribute it to all the winners. Well, I don't think we're going to get rid of anybody, Simon, but in terms of shutting guys down, I mean, it's just such a bummer last night. Like, we were just trying to have fun with it. It's like, all right, we're not making the playoffs. Just try to relax and have fun. But that third period, that just, man, seeing Mikla go down like that just really got to me. So it says Twilight Zone season. Every player in the Panthers organization has missed time due to injury. Sabres have the best 40-game record in NHL history. Ryan trolling in unique ways. So the Sabres, they had the best 40-game record in NHL history. You're saying that the last 40 games, is that a stat? They're on an historic 40-game run, posting 32-6-2, which is the best 40-game stretch in the NHL since the 95-96 Detroit Red Wings. That is wild. That's crazy. The freaking Sabres. Yeah, that pretty much shows you. That's Twilight Zone stuff. That's for sure. Yeah, whether or low, that's what I would give it, is about 1 in a trillion. Yeah, that's for sure. Mike says the wheels were always going to come off. You cannot start the season with 3 guys, 2 of which are your best on the shelf long term. We got to pray that it's not an ACL for Mikla. 100% agree. Hopefully, if it's going to be anything, hopefully it's just what Matthews had with the MCL. Yeah, I guess it's better than the Avs season start. That's wild. Now, of course, the question is going to be with the Sabres, can they Can the goaltending hold up in the playoffs? So it says Sabres had their own Kachuk dad calling them out moment. That's right. Ruff was laying into one of the rookies and one of the vets lost it on him. Ruff responded positively and had a leadership meeting to figure it out. Huh. I did not know that. That's pretty interesting. So one of the vets laid into Ruff, basically telling him to lay off of the rookie to figure out how to better coach the team. Since then, it's been 32-6-2. Damn. That's interesting. All right. Well, if that's the case, good on Ruff for making some adjustments there, right? David, what? Where did it? Oh, are we playing the Kraken? Is that why you're saying that, David? Are we playing the Kraken next? I think. Yeah, we got the Kraken on Tuesday. Next week we got 2 games. Kyle's gonna love it. He's gonna be so thrilled because it's gonna be nice and warm and sunny, and we got Saturday and Sunday at 1:00. So we don't play again until Tuesday. So I doubt we're gonna get any kind of Mikkola update today. Where's Keith when he's needed? I just kind of feel like they how does Maurice put it? He said you have to know when to press the right buttons. There's only so many different ways you can push these guys. Not a rookie, but it was a younger player. Gotcha. The Flyers are not necessarily out of it, whether or no. They still have an outside chance. So right now you've got the Canadians, Bruins, and Wings and Penguins with 84 points. That's 4 teams. You've got the Islanders at 83 points. That's 5 teams. Out of those 5 teams, one of them is definitely missing the playoffs because there's just not enough spots. And then below that, you've got the Sens at 79, and you've got the Flyers at 78 points. And I guess you could count the Capitals at 78 in terms of teams that have outside chances. In case they'd have to go on a pretty big tear. And that's pretty much it. Past that, you got the Panthers 71, Leafs 71, Devils at 72, and the Rangers at 64. So like a game like today, Boston versus Detroit is going to go a long way. Do they play each other again? Let me see. They play today. And they don't play again. But the Wings do play the Jackets. They play the Penguins. They play the Sens and the Flyers twice. They play the Flyers twice. So, no, the Flyers are not completely out of it yet. They're on the outside looking in, but they're out of it in Philly. You saw it on the internet. I mean, I don't know. What are they, 4 points, 5 points out? I'd take being 5 points out right now. Yeah, they're 5 points out with a game in hand. I would take being 5 points out with a game in hand for the Panthers right now if we were healthy. I can't believe Mikkola got hurt last night. Simon, in terms of if the playoffs were to start tomorrow, it's going to be a lot of changes. But I know that we're going to stream the Sabres and whoever they play. Pretty sure we're going to stream the Lightning and whoever they play. we'll see. It's going to be different this year without the Panthers. I might be interested in doing one of the Western Conference series. Like if the Stars and the Wild play, I might want to do that one, even if Kyle doesn't want to do it. Right now, it would be Edmonton versus Vegas. That would be a hell of a series. So there could be some really good first round matchups. Stars, Wild, Oilers, and Knights. That's really good in the first round. The Lightning and the Canadians, but that could be anybody now. Because Canadians, Bruins, Red Wings are tied. It could be the Lightning and the Bruins. So the East has just got a long way to go before they get anything figured out. Mike says, people got to understand there's more parity in the NHL than any other sport or league in the world. Anyone can win if you run your organization half decent. It took Buffalo a sweet little time. But yeah, I mean, in terms of the future for the Eastern Conference, like when you look at the Atlantic, there's really no bad teams. And there's really no teams that look like they're going to be bad anytime soon. Like the worst team right now, the team that's closest to blowing it up and having to rebuild in the Atlantic would be the Leafs. Everybody else should be entering next season expecting to compete or / make the playoffs. That's the Atlantic. The Metro is just parity. To use your word. I mean, the Metro is just ridiculous parity. Like, you've got the Penguins in second place. They got 34 wins. The Capitals are in sixth place. They have 35 wins. The Devils are in seventh place. They got 35 wins. But Penguins got 16 overtime points. 16. Holy hell. I mean, it's just crazy. The Panthers have the same number of wins as the Penguins, but we've only got the three overtime points. Hey, Ryan. Burned Oil says the Golden Knights have barely won all year and somehow are in a comfortable playoff spot. Yeah, what are we at? 71? Panthers are at 71. In the West, we would be 1 point out. In the West, we'd be 1 point out of a playoff spot. Not that this is a playoff team. You knew I was a closeted Bolts fan. We'll see. We'll see which game, which ones Kyle wants to do. I may do some in here just by myself if he doesn't want to do all the games. Now, that's true, Weather and Low. Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, we probably won't have a Mikla update till Tuesday. It's excruciating waiting to find out if we're going to start next season hurt again. Hopefully not. So, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. 7 months. You could have a 6-month recovery and reasonably think that he could be ready for game 1. If it's Barkov's injury again, you're looking at maybe November. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Maybe November. Probably more like December because that's a big man. So cross our man. That's just excruciating. That's the word. That's the word. Totally agree with you, Weather and Low. Greg says the Cats are a playoff team. It's AHL. I forgot we had so many of those guys still on the roster in Charlotte. What happened to Yeah. Oh, here we go. It's just a shame. I wonder, Reinhardt, did they put him on LTIR? Not sure. Not Reinhardt, Cole Schwint. Just Cole Reinhardt and Cole Schwint. And then there's Sam Reinhardt, and then there's Sam Bennett. And then there's Mike Benning. I think that's where it stops. Hey, Dennis, how you doing? Mike says, I hope Florida loses every single game left to give themselves the best chance to keep the pick and maximize it at the draft, where you got 4 excellent men in the top 10. Yeah, I hate losing, but at this point, just let it go. But then we got to, that's the thing is like, we're losing these games. And how does Mikkola get hurt? Rodriguez and Mikkola, they're trying to tie the game. They're trying to win the game. Not really. I haven't heard from Kyle yet this morning. I don't even know if he knows yet. I suspect, Simon, that it is going to come down to the final week. I suspect because everybody's playing each other. Like even the Sens have a chance. And everybody's just barely been 500 the last 10 games except for the Sabres. The Sabres have just... They're probably going to end up with the most points in the conference because at some point, Carolina might tone it down a little bit because they got a 10-point lead eventually. And Carolina's just kind of sitting there like, maybe it's our year. Jack, yeah, no doubt. No doubt that the hit that Greer laid out was unnecessary. Yeah, I don't think you'll hear any argument about that from anybody. Dick Trickle. That's right. Dennis, I know, man. I think we're all ready, right? No, none of the games mean anything except for the games we play Ottawa twice. I think we do play Ottawa twice. Let me see. Which means something to them. Let me see. Yeah, we play Ottawa once. And yeah, we played them 2 more times. Not that it means a whole lot to us, but they'll be chasing. The Wings play the Panthers the last game of the season, and we could easily have something to say about who gets in the playoffs, depending on how, their games go. Who do I think could get the President's Trophy? I still think the Avalanche. I still kind of think Colorado's going to take that because they're getting pushed just enough by Dallas, and the difference in the first round matchup is just too much for Colorado to ignore because they're either going to, if they fall to second, then they probably be playing the Wild in the first round versus if they get the 1 seed, they're probably looking at either, the Kings or the Kraken or the Sharks if they can get it together, which is a huge, huge difference in the first round for sure. Yeah, exactly, Mike. Yeah, just take the discipline and go. Would the hearing be today? Do we know if there was a hearing or not? Let me see. The hockey writer is saying there's a strong chance he'll receive an in-person hearing. So I'd be surprised if he got an in-person hearing when Gudas didn't. Craig. Yep, you might be right there. There's a wild, tragic autobiography on Dick Trickle. He ended up shooting himself. Shit. Well, I'm not seeing it. Let me see if usually doesn't Twitter. Usually don't they announce that on Twitter? Let me see. here's the first thing I see here. It says it's from Jay on Leafs. If there's ever been a hit that should end a player's NHL career via suspension, it's this play by AJ Greer. Indefensible, irresponsible, and if this doesn't end his season, it should end George Peros' NHL career. Good Lord. Oh, good Lord. Come on. It's just I'm gonna troll this guy. I got nothing better to do. Hold on a second. I'm gonna post the Fluffy with the 2 cups. Where's my Fluffy with the gold medal? Is it a screen? I don't know where the hell happened to it. Oh well, we'll just give him this. All right, I haven't checked Twitter in so long. It's been it's been a while. All right, let me come back to the chat. So I don't see anything there. Yeah, it was a bad hit, but not that bad. Exactly, right? Dave, am I going to do a playoff pick thing? Yeah, we're going to have it. We're going to have a whole bracket challenge through Spark and all of that. We're going to have a bracket challenge. And we'll have prizes and the whole thing. I'm trying to see if there's going to be any news here. If there's any news on a hearing or not. NHL, no announcement yet. No announcement yet of anything. This was the most unnecessary hit I've ever seen in a hockey game. Good Lord. Oh my God, it's bad. It's bad. I don't know how people do it anymore. Like I don't know how people even go on social media on Twitter anymore and take it seriously. It's like zombies. It's like knowing that there's like a shopping mall that's just full of actual real zombies and like trying to go in and see if there's still a store that might be open where you can actually make a purchase, but you just get attacked by zombies. And each time you go in, you're like, well, maybe the zombies won't be so bad this time. Maybe they will have calmed down a little bit. But no, it just continues to get worse. And you just peek in through the mall, double doors, and they're just all in there. And it just never gets any better. Like that's what Twitter's like. It's like opening up the door to a mall that, you know, it's just unbelievable. Everything is the worst thing they've ever seen. Oh, I miss the days when the worst thing you heard was if somebody was calling Neil Rogers on the radio and bitching about things, or Mandich, listening to Jim Mandich and his rants. Vincent, they never learned. No, it's the same. It's the same reaction over and over and over again, isn't it? Oh yeah, Dangle's going to hate us even more. That's for sure. Shine, yeah, it's pretty easy to tell which online warriors have just started watching and then old guys that have seen some stuff. Yeah, like it wasn't a good hit. Like you can admit that it wasn't a good hit without thinking the guy needs to be suspended for life. Oh, it's entertaining though, that's for sure. And I don't know who's it. And it's entertaining for those of us who remember what life was like before there was the internet. I can't imagine what it's going to be like in another 20 years. Brother, though, yeah, no, I totally agree about rather have a bad regular season than losing game 7. Completely agree there. Yeah, what would they say about the Red Wings and Avalanche of the 90s? Yeah, they would never survive watching hockey from the 90s. That's for damn sure. Oh, well. Every once in a while, I don't even really engage anymore. The only thing I ever really do anymore, other than streaming live there, hi, everybody who's on Twitter not watching, is I'll find somebody who said something stupid about the Panthers, and I won't even say anything. I just post the fluffy picture with the 2 cups on the couch as a response, and I just leave. And then I go back a month later to take a look at things. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny because I'll just leave it purposefully in things that it's really not appropriate for or not really necessary for, just to give the zombies some meat. Just to give them some meat. And then I run away. I don't even engage. I don't know what they say. When are we going to shop around the top 10 prospects? Yeah, I'm going to have to start figuring that out for sure. Now that it looks like we're actually going to get looks pretty good, right? Are there any teams that are starting to win that we might be able to pass? Well, the Flames? No, I don't think the Flames can pass us. We need the Sharks to win because right now we're 1 point ahead of them. Sharks and Kraken. We got to let the Sharks and Kraken win their games. The Blues have lost 2 straight. The Jets have lost 2 straight. So we're going to have to really work hard to keep it in. And now, I know it's the lottery, so it goes by the odds that you have. So we'll see. And where's the Blackhawks? Blackhawks sitting there at 64 points. So if they were to get our pick, if it wouldn't have been lottery protected, they would have had 2 lottery picks, right? They would have had double. Vincent says, I want Gudis, Kasperitis, Pronger, and Trouba on one team. Holy shit. Yeah. There was one other guy that used to be a freaking massive. There's still one more guy that I can't remember his name. Not Pronger. There was still one more. Oh, his name is right on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember who it is. Yeah, Craig, do the thing, Sharks. Well, Weather and Low, I think we just ended up with all these injuries this year. You know what I mean? Like, winning the cup is not easy. The other team's playing too, right? Oh, Peter Worrell, yeah. That's his stick right up here. See that? That's the card hanging off of the stick. That's there it is. There it is. That's Peter Worrell's stick. That's the stick that JC. I had to leave that stick in my will to JC. Or he said he was gonna come to the house and set the house on fire. Scott Stevens. Yes. Thank you, Shines. That's the name. That's the name I was thinking of. Yeah. And that dude was kind of reminded me a little bit of Gadjevich. That dude was kind of crazy sometimes. That's the name. Good recollection. I couldn't quite remember. I can see his face. Probert was another one too. Yeah. Yeah, Scott Stevens was a freaking pain in the ass. Yeah, good call. Good call.
It was a whole ass different league, you know. I still remember like 2008, 9, them, you know, they were really starting to talk about how the tough guys are really going by the wayside and like speed and skill is going to be the thing. I think it balanced out pretty good, right? Yeah, Scotty took out several stars. He was a bastard. Unless he was on your team, right? Domi was another one. Yeah. They got to be adaptable and open to change. Like, this is a great time for the NHL, the UFC, weapons traders, and weed smokers. Be positive. Yeah, Lindros. Yeah. Stevens was a bitch. Yeah, whether or not, well, you know, we ended up just super healthy throughout the playoffs. And I think that's, you know, a lot of wear and tear on guys just eventually caught up with us all this year. That is the dude. How many times did he get suspension? How many suspensions has he had? So he was rarely suspended. He had a 3-game ban in 1990 for a fight with Dave Mason and a 1-game suspension in 96 for high sticking. Despite his notorious thunderous hits, including those on Eric Lindros, he was not suspended for them, though many would be penalized under modern rules. Yeah. It's very similar to the way I talk about the football quarterbacks. How when you watch highlights like Dan Marino and whatnot, like every third play they're getting obliterated and they just get back up. And now the same hit would be 15 yards, and Twitter would be like, "Oh my God, they're going to kill him, and we're going to sue the NFL because he's going to die." And it's just the worst thing I've ever seen. Meanwhile, Marino took that hit 10 times a game and just got up. He was like, touchdown. Marty McSorley. Oh, God, yeah. He's back a little bit, though, right? Yeah. Let me see. He was 83 to 1999. Oh my God, are those penalty minutes? Marty McSorley. Holy crap. So, as 2 examples, the first one's really bad. In 1988 and 89, McSorley played 66 games for the Kings. 350 penalty minutes in 66 games. That is more than 5 minutes a game. And then his highest total was in 92-93. He played 81 games for the Kings and had 399. So just about 5 minutes a game for McSorley. 5 minutes a game. Holy hell. That's wild. Now, after that year, he did seem to calm things down a bit. Like, he never got over 200 again. But there were 3 times he was over 300. That's just wild. Yeah, Marty was crazy. Tony Twist.
tell you, yeah, I should make a video of all these guys and show it to the boy. He was a big dude too. Show it to these guys that think Greer's hit was the worst one ever. Twist was 6'2", 245. I mean, that's a friggin' football player. His penalty minutes were nothing like it. Not that bad. The worst he ever had was 4 minutes a night in 92 for the Quebec Nordiques, 44 games, 164 minutes. That's not so bad. When it's still 4 minutes a night, right? 160. No, not quite. Not quite. Almost. He is a big dude, though. Dave says, but all nations that become great eventually, how do we get there, David? I must have missed the previous thing that you said. Oh, okay. Now I'm getting it. Now I'm getting it. Okay. Yeah, the people prosper. Once people prosper, they become soft in a chronic way. Ain't that interesting, though? It's true, right? It gets progressively worse, and people decide safety is more important than freedom, and it's already over. And then the cycle repeats itself. Right? Yeah, well, it's just all the extra hockey weather and low. We played an extra 84 or 85 games over the course of the 3 years, and it's all playoff games. It's all extremely high tension, highly physical games. Yeah, he was a polar bear on skates. Yeah. Oh, when is Easter? Isn't Easter April? Yeah, Sunday, April 5th. So we've got a little while. We play hockey on Easter? Do we really play hockey on Easter? Yeah, we have a 3:00 game against we play the Penguins Easter weekend, the 4th and the 5th, back to back in Pittsburgh. 5:00 on Saturday and then 3:00 on Sunday. Now that's got to be one of the dumbest bits of scheduling I've seen in a while. That's our last of the year, and you can just give Pittsburgh the 4 points. That is not that we really celebrate Easter, but that's just such a weird thing. David, man, you preach it to the choir there, man. Completely agree with you. Yeah, the people's opinion turns against the one that made him prosper. That's what I always would argue with my sister and my uncle about. It's like they don't like capitalism. It's like, well, okay, how do you want to do it? He said, well, we got to get all the rich people to give more money via taxes. I said, okay, but you want to tear down capitalism. I said, well, yeah, we don't like capitalism. I said, well, if you tear down capitalism, how did those rich people get rich? Well, they're rich because of capitalism. So if you tear down capitalism, how are the rich people going to get the money to give because they got extra? They won't be rich anymore. And they just look at me like, what? I said, well, if you destroy the system that made them rich, they're not going to have the extra money that you want to take from them because they're rich. Just blue screen. Then it says, that being said, watching the skill now is fun. Absolutely. Yeah, one Guna team, so if a game gets out of hand, we miss Gadjevich this year. That's for sure. So, all right, everybody, I got to roll. I did not eat before the stream. I'm fading out. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Hopefully, we'll get something about Mikula, but probably won't be till Tuesday. I'll be doing a ton of yard work today. At some point this weekend, I'll be live, whether it's on this channel or on the men's channel. I'll make a post.
But for now, I'm gonna go eat some food before I'm passed out. I should have ate. So, all right, everybody, go enjoy spring. Get the hell outside and touch some grass. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll see you guys again soon.